What's up? Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about UGC content so that you can get your notifications like these all the time that deprive you from your sleep. First of all, when you need to start sourcing content, where to look for creators, how much to pay them, and how to scale to the moon with these clips. Now, just about me, why should you listen to me in the first place? I've made multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. I've sourced some fantastic content in the past. I've also sourced some terrible content in the past. Point of making this video is that you learn from my mistakes. Let's start with the first topic, which is when exactly do you need to source content? And this is what people already fail. Listen, there's only really two options or two scenarios where you need to source content right now. First one is if you're scaling right now and the content that you're scaling are other people's ads or organic clips. If that's you right now, then you need to get into it, okay, as quickly as possible. Second of all, if you want to test a product that has no organic content available. Now, what's important about that is that you only do that once you've had already a couple of winners, because if you get into this now before even having the first winner, what's just going to happen is that your content you waste a bunch of money on your tests. And in the beginning, you want to focus on products that already have a bunch of content out there. Even if that's not the most long-term way to do it, you want to improve your skills as quickly and efficiently as possible. And with efficiently, I mean obviously your budget, and also efficiently with your time. And sourcing content, as you're going to learn in this video, is taking a lot of time and money. So all these things are going to happen to you. However, you need to really focus on these things that I'm going to tell you today. So also need experience to make something work that no one has made work before you. Okay, obviously. And that's only the case where I would test. So if you're really the only case where you should absolutely get into it is if you're right now scaling other people's content, okay? So most people do not understand what sourcing content really means. They say they need UGC, but they don't really know what that UGC is, an ad concept. So if you specifically on a UGC platform, like a website, right, where they promise you UGC videos, and you buy UGC content, but your current winning ad, if you're trying to replicate as a street interview, you will be disappointed, right? Because a lot of people say, okay, I'm gonna get UGC, but that's bullshit, right? You need to get the content, the ad concept that's working for you right now. And in 9 out of 10 cases, that's not UGC. Of course, if you're just some random dropshipper that just probably ripped all the videos from others and everyone's scaling with UGC, so you went with it too, and now you have the concept. Yes, you're gonna get lucky if you just buy a UGC video, but if you have any other ad concept than that, and you don't really know what an ad concept really is, and you get UGC content because that's really what you think it is, it's just content that you get for your dropshipping videos, but it's not. UGC is an ad concept, just like street interviews, just like AI ads, founder ads, whitelist ads, all these things are there. And so if you get a UGC video, but you don't even know what that means, then you will 100% with 100% certainty be disappointed. UGC stands for user generated content, which is essentially what these videos where these creators sit in front of a camera, show their face, unbox it, review, reaction, use it, whatever. That's UGC. Okay, so before even starting to look for creators, you need to implement a creative system into your ad account. So how does the creative system that I usually talk about look like? Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know this already, but I'm going to repeat it because I think this is super important to understand before you even get into sourcing content, right? So on the top of it, we have our product, then we have the angles, right? So obviously I think in marketing angles for each product, and you should generally have multiple angles at the same time if you're at a really high scale, because if one angle gets a lot of competition, a lot of people ripping you, then you still have the other ones that are kind of carrying you. And then since you have all this cash flow in the back end coming, you can outscale everyone in that competitive angle. So this is why I like multiple marketing angles. Now, what's super important for us right now, focusing on UGC, is that we have these little ad concepts here, and every concept has like at least 3 variations. Right? This is how you find winning ads, or this is at least how I find winning ads. So this concept or this system has worked for me. Obviously, I can only tell you what worked for me in the past, and one of these concepts can be UGC. But if you have 10 others and you only buy UGC content, then you're only feeding that one ad concept. This is why this is so important. So if you've never tested creatives like this before, then do it before even thinking about getting custom content. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. Why? Because you will get the wrong ad concept and it will not perform at all. UGC is only one of these ad concepts, like I just said, and has nothing to do with, for example, street interviews. Nothing, okay? So what types of content can you source besides UGC? So there's a lot of very popular concepts that you can run with. First of all, it can be a product benefit, showcase, B-roll footage of the product, founder ads, whitelist ads, which is essentially with an influencer or some figure of authority, right, speaking with you, street interviews, UGC selfies, right, for image ads, for like testimonial or review style image ads, something like that. Okay, so there's like 10 to 15 ad concepts that you can all source, and essentially you should never look for only specifically UGC, only if that's the concept that you are running right now. Right? And so creative testing at scale really comes down to the 80-20 rule. 80% of your time, effort, and money goes to refreshing and iterating proven winning ad concepts. So if you're scaling a UGC video right now, it makes zero sense to source B-roll footage only. And then only 20% of your time, effort, and money goes to testing new concepts. So if you're not scaling super hard right now, these 20% should absolutely not be custom content that you source. Right, obviously. So these concepts, right, these, whatever you do, these 20% that is not proven, that is new coming into your ad account, should never ever be custom content if you're not at a high scale, because you're just going to burn all your profits away. And I've seen it happen, right? First of all, people don't keep this 80-20 rule in mind enough, in my opinion, because you need to understand that in order to profitably scale, not only scale to high numbers, you need to have 80% of your budget at scaling, on scaling campaigns, scaling assets, and then only like 20% on testing stuff. And then within those low 20%, so most of that testing goes to iterating and refreshing winning ad concepts, and only the smallest chunk of your time, effort, and for especially money goes to testing completely not proven like new concepts. And I've seen it happen. A lot of people scale to 1K days, 2K days, 3K days, but they don't make any profits because they're testing so many new creatives, so many new concepts. Okay, so keep this in mind. This is very important. Now that you know when you need to source content, which ad concept to source, I want to take the time to say something, which is, in my opinion, is very important, right? If you sell a product which is easy to film with, for example, it's a jewelry product, then film the content yourself. Now, after some time, when your time is worth more money because this is a low leverage activity, order the product to yourself and pay others around you, that people that know you, to do that for you. Because with warm outreach, you're always going to get better quotes, better prices, faster revisions, everything than with cold outreach, right? So we're going to cover both. So think about this. Let's say you knew a supplier personally, right? Supplier, like agent for your product. You'll get much better, like it would be easier to get much better prices and to trust them more with their work, obviously. So same thing goes for creators. If you know someone personally that is ready to film for you, then work with them. There's absolutely no point in paying $500 for UGC if your girlfriend regularly posts on TikTok, okay? Just pay her a nice dinner, which is going to cost you around $200, but then you have more content at the end of the day. It's as simple as that, and it's much more worth it, okay? So quick summary of section 1, you only want to source that specific ad concept if you're scaling that concept from someone else right now. Second thing, you want to implement a creative system, which was this that I was talking about, with angles, ad concepts, and variations. Test with those, get into that before even sourcing content, and have the 80-20 rule when testing new creatives at scale, okay? Second topic is where to find these creators, because obviously it sounds cool. Okay, we're going to get some content now, we're going to scale to the moon, but what even to look for, where to look for creators? I'm going to tell you everything. Okay, so I'm basically 100% sure that if you ask people around you personally, right, warm outreach, that help you out, if you actually make them a nice offer and are in close contact with them, right? So you will find people like this. I'm 100% sure that somewhere in your close circle, you will know people, or people know people that will help you out with this. And I would always start with warm outreach. Whatever business you start, right? Even if you start an e-com brand right now, start your first couple customers that give you the first couple testimonials should be people that know you personally. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I don't really want to, sell stuff to my friends. No problem. Send them the product for free. Let them use it for free, and then let them give you a real review, testimonial, UGC video, whatever. Okay. So if you know someone personally, right, that can help you out with that, Why wouldn't they? Okay. And however, if you see no success with warm outreach whatsoever, right, we're going to assume that there's no one that wants to help you out, and that one person that wants to help you out just doesn't work. Okay. The videos are trash and it does not convert at all. Okay. So obviously then we move on to the next couple ways to find creators, which are going to be cold outreach, agencies, referrals, and employees. And this is going to be sauce. Okay, so this is really the good part in the video. Keep watching because this is going to be absolutely killer. Okay, first one, cold outreach. Old way, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, again, like always, but usually people, you Google UGC content, right? They click on some random UGC website. Obviously, I'm not going to name drop any, but yeah, they pay for $200 for a 30-second video. They realize they've been ripped off, and then they realize that they actually also have to send the product to the creator. The product arrives in a month. You need 5 revisions because the creator doesn't know what you're doing. And then after 2 months, when you finally have something which is ready, which is a UGC video, and you're probably also scaling some other concept right now, but after those 2 months, your product is already dead, right? Like 4 weeks ago already, and you're left with $200 less in your bank account. Okay, so this is reality for a lot of dropshippers, and we want to move away from this. So some better ways to do this are Twitter posts, Instagram outreach, and influencer outreach. And I'm going to show you examples for all of these. First one, Twitter. This is a tweet that I made on October 23rd, 2024, so not too long ago. Basically, I made a tweet. We're looking for hashtag UGC creators for a hair product, $50 to $100 per video. Focus on gift videos, reactions, and unboxing, right? Because I knew Christmas, all these things, Black Friday were coming up, so I wanted to get content as quickly as possible for the gifting season, right? Now we're going to get different content. Now maybe focusing on Mother's Day, Father's Day, like Valentine's Day is already obviously over, but yeah, these things, okay? Bonus, if you have a bonus, if you have a boyfriend or husband who can join in, perfect. And then hashtag UGC creators, hashtag content creators. I just used 3 hashtags in this tweet. And the pros of using Twitter or X are it takes a minute basically to set up, and there's 0 work after the post is done. So after the post is up, you're just going to wait. All right. It takes a couple days until people start actually reaching out to you. It's not going to be the craziest reach. However, if you do this again and again and again, if your profile looks good, then it's going to work. Okay. So sometimes your tweet gets 0 views and replies. So that's the contra. And also creators who reach out to you typically want more money. So creators that make the effort of reaching out to people specifically, that like those creators obviously have higher expectations of pay, right? But they're also typically more experienced, which can be worth it. I'm going to tell you how much to pay them in a second. Second option is Instagram outreach. So you go on IG, you look for UGC. A lot of girls just put UGC in their usernames, and then you look for similar profiles or followers through them. And basically, you're going to find millions and millions of Instagram profiles with girls that all do the same stuff, right? UGC girls, there's millions of them on Instagram, and you basically save the huge amount of money that you would pay on a normal UGC website, just because, yeah, I mean, you're directly reaching out to them, and you can negotiate, you can do so much better stuff, okay? Now, pros, very good prices usually, but and also like a huge variety of creators. However, takes ages and response rates are super low, right? Especially if you're reaching out with like a personal Instagram account, it's going to be typically very low that they actually respond, and it takes ages to reach out, right? So if you've ever reached out to 100 different creators, you know it takes hours. But if you do that, like it's a numbers game. So you have to understand, if you do that for 10 hours straight, then you're probably going to have like maybe 1,000, 2,000 creators that you reached out to, and then out of 2,000, I mean, probably you're gonna get some yeses out of 2,000 different creators. If you reach out to 50, of course no one replies. Okay, so this is a numbers game. Just do more. Same thing goes for influencer outreach. Now, there's basically something called an influencer ladder, and I've heard this. So credits go to Alex Becker, right? One of the smartest marketers out there. However, I kind of don't like his crypto videos, but yeah, not the topic. When I tried this for the first time, actually, I was amazed that this works so well. So basically what you do is you have step number 1. This is exceptionally going to work if your product actually is good and actually doesn't fail to deliver. And like actual service delivery. So I'm saying like your product is good, your customer journey experience, everything is good. Okay, so you start with very small influencers, send them the product, make them like a discount code, a custom affiliate code for them, and then pay them every time they get you a sale, right? So what they do is they make a video, they post it, and you not only now have content for paid ads that you can use, but you also get organic traffic from that small influencer. Cool. However, that's not the craziest part. They give you a testimonial, and then you use their testimonial to contact the next biggest influencer, or just ask them specifically, who do you know personally who will also be interested? Now, most of them are going to say no one, but some of them are actually going to give you the next biggest influencer. And so let's say someone with 1K influencers might know someone with 5K, and then you get the 5K one much easier. Now, that 5K one, maybe like you use that testimonial to get a 20K influencer, and then a 50K, and then an 80K, and then a 200K, and you can move up influencers and names step by step, and you're not only gonna get a lot of content that you can unlimitedly scale to the moon, because these influencers that have a lot of followers typically know what they're doing to go viral, and with that going viral, you're gonna get so many organic sales, it's insane. Okay, however, you have to have a really good product for that, right? So it has to be high product quality. Now, basically like this, like I just said, you're not only basically getting like a pool, like a huge variety of content that you can work with, but you build an army of influencers and unlimited amounts of content, which are both basically, always going to help you. Okay, now, how to use agencies, referrals, and employees to get custom content. Well, agencies, first of all, use their services directly, obviously, but the Alex Hormozi way of using agencies is asking the founders directly, right, to teach you how they do it. And that is very powerful. Now, again, most of them are going to say no, but some agency owners, or at least like some very senior or good employees within those agencies, are actually able to then basically, of course, you pay them for their hour, right? Let's say you pay them $1,000 for an hour with them, but then they show you everything, how they do it, how they manage creators, how they find creators, everything. And that's, I highly recommend for every skill, by the way, to use agencies like this, not to use agencies directly. Of course, you can do that, and I don't have anything against agencies. I know people personally that run agencies. However, you need to be aware of there are very, very good agencies, and just like there are very good ones that are super trash agencies. I've never seen a normal agency or like a medium agency, at least very recently. Agencies are either, my experience, super solid and very good, or super trash. Okay, so referrals. Well, content creators have lots of content creator friends, and that's pretty much everything I need to say about that. And employees are basically people who do the cold and warm outreach for you, right? Especially the cold one, but also very powerful. These employees might have friends that are content creators. So if the warm outreach up here, where was it? Up here hasn't worked for you because you don't know anyone, right? Then you could still ask some of your employees or people that work with you for you if they have people close to them that can make content. And you should always try to do warm outreach first, max that out before actually doing cold outreach, because everyone who does like cold outreach in any type of way in any business knows it's tough. Okay, whether it's cold calls in sales, whether it's this or whatever cold outreach you do, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're going to get people blocking you. And not only that, you're going to get people insulting you. And yes, it's just the reality. It's a numbers game. Cold outreach is a numbers game. Very important. Now, how much to actually pay them now, right? So always keep in mind, you get what you pay for. And I want to give you guys an example. Let's say you want to buy this energy drink for $3, right? Pay $3 for an energy drink. Now, what you get is like a lot of caffeine, sugar-free. You get like nice, design can, whatever. But if you pay 50 cents for an energy drink, you're probably going to get the most sugary bullshit ever, right? That is terrible for your body. Now, whether energy drinks are healthy for you or not, that's not the topic of the video. What I'm trying to say is that the same exact thing applies to content that you source. So the price, in a lot of cases, is actually what you get. So if someone is the absolute cheapest creator and does videos for $10, then you get what you pay for. If you pay $1,000, maybe it's still got ripped off a little bit, but that video that you do get is probably going to be pretty fucking good. Okay, so this is kind of how you can think about this, right? So every time that you source whatever type of video, always try to sneak in B-roll footage, selfies, and hook variations into the contract. Okay, now obviously this works better with inexperienced UGC creators that have lower prices, and then basically is kind of fair, because if they have less experience, if they don't know what they're doing, then what you need to do, obviously, if you don't have leverage, you got to do volume. So volume makes up for luck or leverage, right? So obviously, if you do this, if you tell them, okay, well, if you don't have a lot of experience, then let's do like $150 for 3 different videos, like maybe 2 hooks each, so it's kind of 6 videos, B-roll footage, and a couple selfies, right? You can do that. You can pull that off. It's like a beginner creator. It's fine. Prices for cold outreach, typically anything below $50 per video is bullshit, right? I found, for me personally, 50 to 100 is the sweet spot, right? So if you pay $100 per video, that's usually really, really good. Now that you can later on, or if you buy in mass, if you order in like higher quantities later on, obviously once you've validated the creator, then you're gonna go a little bit down in the price. Let's say you buy 10 videos, then you're probably not gonna pay $1,000, but like $750 or something like that. And then if you pay $100 plus per video, well, that's just called a ripoff. Okay, doesn't matter how good someone is. I said before, I know if you pay so much, you get so much, but in the beginning, you want to test creators, you want to test content. You do not want to test your creators with $1,000. That's exactly what I said in the beginning. A lot of beginners are just eating or burning away their profits with this approach. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, what offers to make for influencers? Well, you can give them an affiliate code, send them the product for free. Their upfront fee, obviously depending on their following size and engagement rate. So never forget the engagement rate, because I've seen a lot of creators buy followers, or that is typical, right? It happens a lot of times, but they don't get any engagement. So also keep that in mind when making them like a price or a quote or negotiating with them. And then make sure they post the video and let you use the video in paid ads. And if they don't allow it to you, you do it anyways, okay? So that's the thing. If they post it, you have a winner, because they post it, you get organic traffic, and then you still have a complete finished clip that you can use then in your ads, right? That you can edit however you want, and you can just use the clips. You can use it like how they posted it. You can completely edit it up. You can do whatever you want. With every video, you can make millions of variations, which I'm going to get into, right? What's very important is revisions, right? Because wherever you get content from, it's never going to be perfect for the first time with a new creator. So tell them, include a couple of free revisions into the contract that you make with them, so that they don't rip you off. Because like I just said, it's never going to happen that you're completely satisfied with someone's work for the very first time in the beginning. Not going to happen. So make sure to test multiple creators in the beginning, not multiple videos from the same creator, right? This is super important, because we want to have a horizontal scale. Same with testing products. You want to test as many different angles or ad concepts as possible when testing products, just because you want to know first which one's going to work, and then you double down. Just like with UGC creators or with content creators, you want to see which one gets you the most amount of ROI, and then double down on that one, and then buy more. So instead of paying for 5 videos for one creator, pay for one video for 5 different creators. You get a much higher return. All right. So scaling is, in this case, horizontal, not vertical. Very important to look at it this way. Now, last section of this video, how to now scale the content that you have. Let's say you test 3 creators, make as many variations of each video as humanly possible, right? Obviously focusing on changing up the hooks. So the hooks are going to be the biggest lever when it comes to making variations and changing up the ads. Those are going to make the biggest difference usually. So change them up. Check which hook with which creator works the best, and then iteratively make the videos better and better until something is profitable. And the second that happens, the very second that you find something, a creator which is profitable, immediately get more content from that creator. Because like we've just learned, it takes a couple weeks, even if you're doing it well, to get content from someone. Even if the product, even if the person already like has the product at home, it's gonna take a couple days or weeks. And especially if you're scaling on TikTok, for example, like creatives die like this, okay? On Facebook as well, creatives burn out much more quickly nowadays. So you need to have a very high speed of implementation. All right, guys, this was pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, definitely go ahead if you're still watching. First of all, thank you for giving me your time and your attention, which are your most important assets. Write your main takeaway from this video in the comments, and also what kind of topics do you want me to make videos of, because that always usually helps me when you guys tell me that. I'm gonna send the entire Google Doc right here into my free Discord. Link to that is in the description, and I wish you guys a beautiful day.